Hi, I'm Andy Billig, State Representative from the 3rd Legislative District in Spokane, and want to welcome you to another edition of the Washington Whiteboard. Today I want to talk to you about the 3 budgets that make up state government. I think a lot of times as I'm talking to constituents and to many people throughout the state and the country that there's some confusion about the different budgets that we have. We're right in the middle of the budget making process, so I think it's an appropriate time to talk about these 3 budgets. So there are 3 primary budgets that we work with here in state government. The first and the largest budget is the operating budget, and the operating budget is about $30 billion for each biennium, okay, for every 2 years, so about $15 billion a year. And of the operating budget, about half of it is off limits for us to touch for cuts because of constitutional limitations. So in this half that we can't touch is basic education, which is protected by the Constitution, and then also debt service on prior commitments. So all of this side are all of the other things that we can possibly cut, and we've got to cut over $5 billion from our budget. So on this side of the budget are things like higher education, Health and Human Services, the Basic Health Plan, Disability Lifeline, the Museum of Arts and Culture, which is something that's very important to our community in Spokane and something that we've heard a lot about. That's all on this side of the operating budget. The update on the operating budget is that we're going to see a proposal, a first draft, a first proposal from the House on the operating budget here probably next week. And there's a lot of people waiting to see that, and a lot of work is going into that right now. The second budget, and a budget that I've been very involved with as the Vice Chair of the Transportation Committee, is the transportation budget. And the transportation budget this year is $8.9 billion. And that budget includes things like building new highway projects like the North-South corridor. It includes preservation of existing highways. It includes the Washington State ferries, a lot of bike and pedestrian projects through the Safe Routes to School program, and also transit projects. In fact, in the House transportation budget and the Senate transportation budget this year is a great project for Spokane at the SDA Plaza that's going to make Spokane transit more efficient. Another thing that's in the transportation budget that a lot of people don't realize is the Washington State Patrol. Almost all of their funding comes out of this budget. The update on the transportation budget is that it's been passed by the House and the Senate. Each have their own version of the transportation budget, and what's going on right now is negotiation to work out the details so that they can agree on what's called the conference report to get those 2 budgets to match, and then we'll vote on that revised conference report on the budgets, and then it'll go to the governor for her signature. And the third budget is the capital budget. And the capital budget, we haven't seen this year's version of the capital budget. It's still in the works. But in the past couple of years, it's been about $5 billion per biennium. And remember, all of these are per biennium. And out of the capital budget are the things that we build. So a lot of schools, the K through 12 schools, the higher education buildings, basically any building that state government builds, it comes out of the capital budget. And this is the budget where we're hoping to fund the construction of the medical school in Spokane, the new 4-year medical school. And we'll hopefully see this budget within the next week. And we've been working hard on that medical school and hoping that that will be in there. So these are the 3 budgets that we're working on right now. Within the next 3 weeks of session, we're going to roll out these budgets, debate them, vote on them, and pass them so that state government here in Washington can keep serving all of us in this great state. Thanks very much for watching the Washington Whiteboard. I'm Andy Billig, and I want to encourage you to please stay in touch with me. It's great to hear from all of our constituents, whether it's email or calling us here at the office or stopping by if you're in Olympia. It's really important to get your feedback, and we welcome questions, comments on any of these budgets or anything else that we're working on here in Olympia. Thank you.